Yeah.
Well, he got some great energy.
He does have great energy. That's what he's. Hey, mate. Hey,
Yeah, hi. So I just wanted to check. I had quite a good week with the furniture last week.
You did,
Great.
yeah.
Yeah, got a full Bellagio suite and a couple of ottomans. Yeah, even with that stuff, I didn't notice anything more in my pay coming through.
Right. Did you say Bellagio?
The Bellagio, yeah.
Okay, yeah, and the Belagios will come through on the next stock take. You see, the way they were ordered in, they'll be on the next invoice. So, but you got your normal TV wages, right?
Yeah, it's just that I haven't had any of my furniture pay come in. You know, I can't keep on top of trying to get all this furniture stuff through the door, as well as, you know, doing my job
Hey,
stuff with the
just
furniture stuff.
on that front, actually, we had a couple of cancellations last week. What was that about?
a good point.
Sam Neill.
Well, he didn't want to come on.
So I'm starting to wonder that you may be focusing too much on your furniture.
Yeah, that
sales.
was my big worry, is that you start trying to sell ottomans and all the furniture and we're not getting the guests we need.
But this is what I'm worried.
Yeah.
We're all worried about the same thing, which is I can't do all these jobs at the same
Look,
time.
mate, I tell you what, while the guests are on, we don't mind you selling furniture, but make sure the guests are on before you start selling the furniture, that's all.
I don't want to hear that you've sold 4 ottomans if we don't have a guest.
Exactly.
Well, that's why I don't want to either. That's what I said to you. I shouldn't be
Talk
doing
to
both.
Tina about it.
Yeah. But this is such a strange...
Look, even if you have to sort of sell Sam Neill some furniture to come on the show, that'd be better than just selling furniture full stop.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Give him an ottoman if you have to.
Wanted to cancel them anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Late Night Big Breakfast. Tonight on the show, we've got Mike Minogue. We're talking charities with actor Will Hall. And we're in the kitchen with Kimberly. Now it's time to meet your hosts, Jason Hoyte and Leigh Hart.
Get on down. It's going on tonight.
Welcome back to the Late Night Big Breakfast. Great to have your company. Just snuggle on down into that couch with your cup of tea, because we've got a great show coming your way. I promise you that much.
We certainly have, mate. And I just had a sneak peek at the ratings for the show.
Yeah.
It's going very well. Not so much the TV show itself, but the furniture sales. I
Going
think
through
I
the
saw a
roof.
Milano chair go past there.
Well, Milano especially is really selling, isn't
Great
it?
range. Hey, mate, I'm going to chuck a couple of names at you.
Yeah.
Richie and Dan, big fans of this show.
Yeah, big
Now, I
fans.
understand they're coming on this week or next week. You've been talking to them?
No, I was talking to Dan. I've been talking to Dan.
Not
I think
Richie?
no, just Dan. I haven't been able to get hold of Richie. I think Josh maybe has been looking after Richie.
Okay,
but
but
I've
as
been
Richie
looking
and
after
Dan
them.
as a whole, you haven't been able to...
No, we haven't been able to speak to them both.
They're not living together, are they?
No,
So-
they're not.
okay,
They're not
all right.
in a relationship.
So once we find out if Richie's keen to come on, we can get Dan to confirm and get Richie and Dan back
Yeah,
on.
where we're at with it is we just need Richie to confirm, and then Dan will confirm.
All right, that sounds pretty straightforward. But coming up on the show, a lot of stuff. We've rabbited on for a while, so let's just get on with it.
Do you have an itchy or irritated bowel? Maybe you've got hemorrhoids that are just too far up to reach. Now, there's a practical solution. Using a combination of NASA and barbecue brush technology, experts have now developed the new rectal brush. This flexible wire brush channels warm water to those hard-to-reach problem areas, giving you relief when and where you need it most. The new rectal brush is 25% more flexible than previous models, allowing it to follow your body's unique inner contours. But for the more faint-hearted, you can start your cleansing program with the soft, less abrasive mop attachment. Like the rectal brush, the anal mop soothes an irritated bowel, and it's also ideal for cleaning those fragile wine glasses. But wait, there's more. Thanks to NASA, the rectal brush now comes with this extendable utility attachment, which also makes it ideal for cleaning block spouting, gutters and downpipes around the home. So, get your life and your freedom back with the new rectal brush.
Like that. Hey, g'day there. Welcome back to the Late Night Big Breakfast. We've been running a special feature on the Late Night Big Breakfast, and I think it's fair to say we've all been really enjoying it, Leigh, women's issues.
Yeah, that's right, mate.
There's been a bit of a development on that front.
That's right, Jace. The simplest way of putting it is women's issues has been axed from the series. We're going to keep it more general issues as opposed to specifically women's issues.
Can women's issues still be a part of it?
I think women's issues, there'll be the intersecting part of it, I suppose, in many ways.
Oh,
but-
they'll inevitably get in there, won't
yeah,
they? At
yeah.
some
Yeah,
point.
they tend to elbow their way back in there.
Specifically, what you're saying is we won't be doing women's issues anymore. We'll be doing general issues.
That's
but there
right.
could be a confluence there where the women's issues actually come into the general issues.
That's right, and it's all about the viewers, so keep that mail coming in with those questions. Here we got Danny from Danny Verk writes, "G'day guys, love the show. Really going to miss women's issues, but looking forward to general issues.
He was quick off the mark, wasn't he? Old Danny.
Certainly quick off the mark, wasn't he? G'day, guys. When's the best time to get my dog desexed? Jace, I'm going to bring you on this. You've had your dog desexed?
Oh, I've had my dog desexed, but I also have been desexed as well. So
Let's just bring back the animal for a moment,
yeah.
if we could, just with a question in mind. Maybe we'll go into that
Yeah.
in a moment, Jace. So when's the best time? Because a lot of people say, look, go to an event. They're going to tell you, or perhaps your furniture upholsterer, they'll tell you if your dog is starting to spend a lot more time on the arms and legs of your furniture,
Yeah.
that's a good time to get it done.
Yeah.
But maybe a vet, Mike. Thoughts?
You've got to choose where you're spending your money. You can give the money to the vet and get them to do a proper job, but we've all got tools lying around in the shed that we're not using as much as we could be.
Yep.
And I say there's a lot of great information on YouTube, so just get on your YouTube and use some of the things that you've got lying around the house. And also, animals are a dime a dozen these days. You go down the SPCA, you get them for nothing.
That's right. Jace, back to you though. You were desexed.
Yeah.
When do you know it's the right time?
it's a good question, Leigh, because I don't want to delve back into women's issues, but it was actually my wife who insisted that I do it. You know, and in hindsight, it was something that I benefited from. We're talking about the furniture. After I was desexed, I certainly found myself rubbing myself against the furniture less, for example. You know what I mean?
No, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But did you feel like you were less of a man? Because that's a concern for a lot of our male viewers, I'm sure, is that once you have lost your penis and your testicles, once they've been chopped off, do you feel like you're less of a man?
No.
Yeah, you still have the sexual sensation once you've...
Oh, yep, absolutely.
Because you used
know,
the rubber rings, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with how they desex bulls with the rubber rings. I just did that.
Right.
It was painful initially, but in the end you lose all feeling there and they just fall off, as it were. So, but no, I haven't noticed any change. I still have the same sexual drive, if that's what you mean.
Right, but you can't really do anything about it, can you?
What?
With your sexual drive?
Well, no.
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 Didn't you once have a job desexing animals yourself?
No. I wasn't desexing animals. I was circumcising animals. Yeah.
Okay, at a zoo?
Yeah, it was at a zoo.
Why would
but
you need to circumcise animals?
Well, actually, I was on my OE, and it was an Israeli zoo.
Oh, it's a Jewish zoo. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you're doing the rhinos, the meerkats.
Everything.
What was the
everything.
hardest?
Probably the meerkat.
Why is that?
Well, they just dart about, they're quite frantic animals and high anxiety levels. Put a black hood over them, though, they just sort of topple over, it's amazing.
Right.
Fantastic stuff. Just tuning in, you're watching General Chat with the fellas on the couch.
Well, I'll stop you fellas right there. Let's go and see what Jerry's up to in haberdashery.
Thanks, guys. Yes, I'm here with Jack. And Jack is going to potentially win $50,000. All you're going to need to do, Jack, is name 5 things in 5 seconds on a topic that I choose. You ready to play?
Good to go, Jerry.
Okay, here we go. For $50,000, Jack, I need you to name 5 types of octopus.
Southern double-chinned octopus.
Okay, I'm sorry, Jack. You got no answers correct. I would have accepted the Dumbo octopus, the Atlantic pygmy octopus, the 7-arm octopus, which of course is found in the Atlantic as well, the coconut octopus, and who can forget the blue ring octopus. Quite easy, a lot of those, but unfortunately, Jack, you got none. So you don't win $50,000. Back to you guys.
I believe now it's time for a word from our sponsors.
We could describe the subtle aromas, crisp flavors, and age-old beer brewing process that goes into each bottle of Wakachangi. But we've run out of time, and really, what's the point? It's quite nice beer, so just drink it.
Right here, right now. Get on down. It's going on tonight.
He's an award-winning writer, actor and producer. Stars of such classics as Dead Calm, Peaky Blinders, Jurassic Park series, and of course, Hunt for the Wilder People. It's a great honor to welcome to the show a true legend, Sam Neill. Cancelled, is he?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Josh?
Yeah.
Josh,
Yeah.
Just a quick word in your ear. Sam Neill cancelled, is he?
Yeah, he has cancelled.
Okay, when did that happen?
Yesterday.
You sure?
Yeah.
What, he cancelled on us? Or
Yeah,
we
I think
cancelled on him?
So, yeah.
Just make sure that we cancel on him next time, please.
Well, I'll give it a go.
Okay.
Just make a note of that.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
It's going on tonight.
Bookshelves. It's a relaxed book show. As you can see, I'm wearing my blue jeans. Joe, welcome to the show. We've had a lot of fun over the years on this show as two writers just chewing the fat, I suppose.
What do you mean, right?
It's called Hot Love. It was the winter of 2002, or what I like to call my summer of love.
There's a hint of a paradox there, isn't there?
Exactly. Right off of the bat there, you picked that up, Joe. Thank you. Trying to get that tension from the very start.
Okay, well, you certainly succeeded.
I was coming to terms with my own body. I began experimenting more and more. It was dangerous, almost sinful, but exciting.
If I may say, at this point, experimenting, it sounds solitary, frankly.
Well, it did begin that way, Joe, but as you'll see here, but exciting to be doing things I'd never done and in places that I'd seldom visited, like the wash house. I knew, however, that it was time to involve my partner, Laura, in my forbidden carnal pleasures. You see,
okay, so it's a masturbation saga.
I had attended a tantric massage class run by a mysterious shaman.
A mysterious shaman? Who was that?
Phil.
Are we thinking a shaman here? Is this the word we're trying to find?
A sexual mystic in many
Shaman.
ways. A shaman, yeah.
From?
He was actually at Takanini way.
Takanini.
Yeah.
Phil, the shaman from Takanini.
That's right.
He runs tantric sex classes.
He does one-on-one classes, Joe, but I digress. If I could just bring it back to the words here. I was eager to put into practice the forbidden sexual techniques he'd bestowed upon me. Okay. The following evening, as the golden sun set strangely behind the pond to the southeast.
Set where?
Behind the pond to the southeast.
Okay, let's just carry on.
Yeah, okay. I mean, a lot of this can be reworked a little, Joe. But
yeah, and maybe it should.
I gently massaged Laura's feet with tea tree oil.
What Phil, the shaman from Takanini?
Laura's heartbeat increased as I slowly began massaging her voluptuous thighs with the zest of the rare Amazonian tree frog.
The zest?
You just scrape a bit of the zest off the back of the frog, Joe, and...
Using a...
Well, you know, if you zest a lemon or something, don't you, Joe? Or...
Yeah, then you throw the lemon away. Do you throw the frog away?
Just if you don't over-zest it, it should be okay.
So you just take a scraper to its skin?
Just the zest, Joe. You don't overdo it.
It's not zest, it's slime, isn't it?
I think zest sounds a little bit more romantic, Joe. If we could save
it does sound more romantic, but it doesn't sound appropriate for a frog. Carry on, let's carry on. Let's see what happens. Let's move up her body.
I worked my way up her body. Oh. By the time I reached her breasts, I could tell she was more than ready for me to massage them with peanut oil and aromatic gearbox lube from Morocco. With every caress, Laura's breathing became heavier and her heart pounded faster still and somewhat irregularly.
Oh, great. That's encouraging.
Then Laura's eyes rolled back into her head. There was no going back from this, Joe. Laura had gone into anaphylactic shock.
Anaphylactic shock.
I'm not sure if it was an allergy to the peanuts, the zest of the tree frog, or the gearbox oil. Perhaps it was a rare, once-in-a-lifetime combination of all three.
My money would be on the peanut oil.
She struggled for air. In doing so, she knocked the lava lamp from the bedside table, further killing the mood.
All right, so the only disadvantage of the anaphylactic shock was it created a cessation of your sexual advantage. Is that right? You weren't really worried about her health or anything like that?
Well, I certainly was,
with her eyes
Joe.
rolling back down. You were just worried that you were frustrated.
I was mildly concerned at this point, Joe, but I mean, I certainly...
Doesn't come across,
well,
so to speak.
But this was time to act.
Yeah, okay, all right.
I immediately plunged a large adrenaline-filled syringe through her sternum into her heart.
All right.
Within seconds, Laura stabilized. The only long-term damage, of course, would be the third-degree burns to 60% of her body from the lava lamp.
Right. It's romantic, isn't it?
We don't see a lot of each other anymore. We've both moved on to other partners and other postal zones. But deep down, we both know we will always have that wild and crazy night.
Yeah, you certainly will.
I'm gonna leave it there, Joe. It's
I'm surprised.
Powerful stuff. You've been watching Bookshelves. I'm a rat and free.
Hey guys!
Hey, well, welcome back to Kiwi Cuisine, and I tell you what, it's a hugely popular part of the show, and I tell you, Kimberly, the people absolutely love you.
Yeah.
So we've actually been getting a lot of texts and feedback, and I think it was Gary's actually sent in a text asking, Kimberly, can you let us know what's going on with your career in America? How's it all been going for you?
Good question, Gary.
Great question.
It's going great actually. I've been working on a show with Kevin Connolly, who most people know as E from Entourage.
Oh, yeah.
He's
yeah,
also
great.
Leonardo DiCaprio's best mate, so...
Okay, yeah,
haven't
nice.
yet had that intro, but...
So you're living in LA most of the time? Is that how it works? How do you find that?
Yeah, a bit nomadic between the two. So, yeah, I live based in Santa Monica in Los Angeles there, which is really beautiful, but also in Auckland a lot. So.
Speaking of which, I was in the States last year. I think I bumped into you as well, but
Yes.
I stayed at a hotel in the pool and stuff, bumped into old Gosling. You know, hanging out there by the pool and chatting away, had a couple of drinks. Good guy, actually. He's a good guy.
Gosling,
Speaks highly of you, mate.
I actually worked with Ryan Gosling for about 5 weeks when he was just a teenager. Oh, God, he's gorgeous, though, isn't he? Yeah, he's an actor, and he's cut like a marble statue. He's just magnificent.
Ryan Gosling?
Oh, no, I was talking about Ryan Gosling. Who are you talking about?
Ryan Gosling. No, Boyne.
Brian Gosling.
Brian.
Boyne.
Oh, Brian
Not
Gosling.
Brian, not Boyne.
Oh, Brian.
Boyne Gosling. You know, you went to school with them.
Brian
Brian
Gosling.
Boyne, you played hockey with them. It's called Boyne Gosling.
Brian Gosling. Oh, Brian. Well, he was goalkeeper. That's why I don't remember.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
As I say, he speaks highly of you, mate.
Oh, does he?
How does one spell Brian?
B-W-Y-A-N.
No, B-W-W-Y-A-A-N. Boyne.
Oh, Brian Gosling.
Boyne.
What's he doing in LA?
No idea, mate. No idea. Well, thanks, Kimberly, for that little insight into your life, and thanks for the feedback. Keep it coming in. See you soon.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Late Night Big Breakfast. Jack Tame, Hart Jack. What a great show we've got.
Sorry, Leigh, if I can just interrupt you there. We've actually got our correspondent in the South Island, Te Waipunamu, standing by. Mark Hathaway. Hath is standing by in Mosgiel for one of the biggest multi-sport events in New Zealand in Aotearoa. 2,000 competitors standing by. Of course, the event doesn't kick off until tomorrow. Hath, what's the latest?
Well, as you've already said, I'm on the course of tomorrow's big race, and well, this is the course, and tomorrow there's going to be competitors competing their way through here like crazy.
Yeah, okay, Hath, but you're across developments, yeah?
Yeah, it depends what you mean by cross developments, Leigh. I mean, I've Googled a few things and looked up what the news websites are saying about the race, found out it was established in 1987. But in terms of being across developments, yeah, well, that's debatable.
Can you put Jack in a box as well? Excuse the pun. Just separate us. Yep. Thanks, mate. Ashley. Can you put Jace in a box as well, guys? I just want to bring him over.
I'm not in the box.
You're not in the box, are you?
Can I be in a box too, Have?
Separate boxes.
Yeah.
But you're on a couch with Jack. Do you want to be in a
Yeah,
separate
I don't want to
box?
be in Jack's box.
No, can
Jack's box, that's all. You
Just,
able to do
just
it?
Jack in the box.
Yeah, yeah. Jack in the box and me.
Yeah.
Just move the boxes around. Just keep it moving. This is a pretty dull interview. It's more exciting if the boxes move a bit. Yeah.
You like what, Leigh?
No, I wasn't talking to you, Hath.
Hi, Hath, Jason Hoyte here, mate. Listen, we were actually hoping that you might actually have some competitors into the back of the shot or something like that, some sort of action shot.
Yeah, look, I think we're going to have to give the viewers a little bit more credit, hey? I mean, this show's clearly pre-recorded. I'm not actually live, and also, why the fuck would there be competitors on a course the day before a race?
Yeah, that's not very professional, Hath.
You go fuck yourself, Leigh.
Just pick up your game, okay? Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Hath.
There you go, great pizza TV there. It's amazing what you can do with satellite technology,
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
incredible,
How you can
isn't it? Yeah,
touch the
it's good,
people.
isn't it?
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's right, mate. The late night big breakfast. We just want to touch you.
Right here, right now. Right here, right now.
G'day, welcome back to the show. Now it's time for Chit Chat. What do you got, Jace?
Oh, chit chat?
Chit Chat.
Okay.
Part of the show where we do chit
A
chat.
little bit of chit chat, yeah. I want nothing.
I've got nothing either. We'll be back right after this.
Hey!
Hey, Ryan, how's it?
What's going on, digger?
Hey, wow, day just in time. Put the old hungy down. Check this out. Going back to nature, cooking the ground, your umu, you know, your hungy, natural ways, old ways, you know. It's the old fish and pike oven from inside. Whacked it in the hole here, got yourself a hungy.
Quick question. Could that be deemed culturally insensitive, do you think? Traditional Māori custom and all?
No, not at all. You know me. No one's more into tradition than me. Umus, hungy, underground, cooking. That's why I do it. Check this out.
Whoa!
There's your roast chicken right there. And I tell you, check that out.
Wow, that looks amazing. Well, that's fascinating, mate. Let's talk power. Where does that come from?
Well, to be honest, we just run a power cord from the back, and it runs over there and plugs into that extension.
And that comes from the house, does it?
No, the neighbour's place, actually. Our power bill's quite hefty now that we're running two ovens, so we try to keep it over there if we can.
Getting back to the cultural side of things, do you think maybe you're taking the piss?
Millin. I tell you what, remember the old days?
Back in the tribal days?
No, I was thinking more like the 70s. You know, when gas barbecues came in, all the charcoal guys were saying, there's no way that's going to take off. Now look at them. I like to think it's much the same with the Fisher and Paykel hungy system. I'd like to think by the year 2046, pretty much all the big Marais will be running with something like this.
Not a truer word spoke. I'm a convert.
Chicken?
But do you think it's taking the piss, mate?
Welcome back. Just joining us, you're watching the Late Night Big Breakfast. Later in the show, we discuss once again who's going to recycle those recycle bins. But before that, Jace, what's happening?
Well, I'm very excited about our next guest, of course. He's no stranger to the stage and screen. I am, of course, talking about the one and only Will Hall. Great to see you.
Hey, thanks for having me in, guys. It's a pleasure to be here.
What's been happening with you? What have you been up to lately on the acting front? Any projects we need to know about?
Look, they tell me that it's a busy time for the industry. As you know, Jace, things are going off. You know, people's phones are ringing off the hook. Sadly, not mine at the moment.
Well, you're on this show, aren't you?
I'm on this show.
That's right.
Well, that was
That's
me
right.
emailing you guys.
What else are you up to? I hear you're doing a bit of charity stuff.
I'm doing a bit of charity. You know, with the acting not running so hot, I've decided to run hot myself. So I've taken up running, and I'm not just doing it for myself. I'm doing it for the kids.
Raising money for
Diabetes youth.
Fantastic.
Great cause.
Yeah.
How's that going to work?
So I'm running Bluff to Cape Reinga. I've decided to go up the country.
Nice.
Uphill, make it a bit harder.
Is it uphill though?
Yeah, good question.
So how much money are you hoping to raise?
I'm looking to hit the 15k mark, which
Brilliant.
is, I've kicked things off with an initial 3k donation of my own to get things running.
Well, we'll match that.
Yeah.
We'll match.
I mean, if you're prepared to put $3,000 forward, I mean, I tell you what we do, sell a couple more couches and we might even chuck a bit more in there.
There you go.
$3,000.
So hopefully you'll hit your 15k mark once you've completed this. It's going to take a few months, of course.
And then the charity walk away with 12k, and it'll be fantastic.
12k. How do you mean? So you're 15, of course. You're trying to raise 15.
Well, no. Well, there's so I take the 3k out, and then
Hold on. So you're raising 15. You're raising 12.
I'm raising 15.
Yeah, but you're taking 3
You're
out.
going to take your initial investment of $3,000 away from.
Well, that's how charity works.
I think it's great you're doing this, but I just think, why don't you just raise 18k then, and then take your money out back to 15?
I think you'd all agree that 15k is.
But it's not 15 though.
Well, it's not. If you're going to take your 3k out, it brings it back to 12, and think of what that 3k could do with all those little kiddies.
What if you raise 15k before you even begin running?
Well, I don't need to run. We've raised the money.
All I'm saying is if you're taking your 3k out, we might as well take our 3k out.
Well, I'll go even further than that. I would suggest if he's going to do that, we don't even put our 3k in.
I'm not going to put it in and pull it out again.
He takes his $3,000 out, we put our $3,000 in, he gets to $15,000 again,
Yep.
he goes, oh, I'll take another $3,000
Look,
out.
it looks good, and then at the end of the day, all the money goes to the kids.
Well, you're saying
not
that,
all
but
the
not
money
enough
goes
money
to
is
the
going
kids,
It's not
Will,
all going to
because-
the kids, isn't it?
Well, there's costs involved.
No,
Well, we
why
shouldn't
don't
be
we
putting
pull our
$3,000
3k
in
out?
if he's
Sure,
not
we
if he's not
agreed,
taking
but
his
We
money
didn't agree
out.
on anything because you're
Well,
not
I
actually
came on the
raising
show.
In fact, I don't
You
even
said
think we
you
should
were
put
gonna-
money in
Yeah,
there
but you
to
came here as
pull
a
out. We
voice
should
to
just
talk about your
actually
charity
not
for the
invest
kids.
at
I
all
know,
if he's
but-
going to do
Well,
that.
I'm not going to put it in if
agreed
he's not going
I
to.
mean, that's the whole
3K.
idea of it, is that he puts the $3,000 in, not that he suddenly pulls it out if he suddenly makes money.
Look, I think we'll leave it there, fellas. If you're keen to support this charity, which is
Diabetes youth.
perhaps do it in a more traditional way, the details are down there below, and support them. It's a great charity.
Great charity.
It's good.
Oh, what a show it's been. Tonight we're going to play you out with a classic, actually. Massage Parlour Hits Volume 5, Track 3. See you next week.